sometimes it's kind of hard to, understand and accept the fact that even if you traded everything exactly according to your plan, like you followed your plan to the T, and it still goes to an SL or it still goes to a break even, it kind of hurts you in some way. Like, that is what I felt during these two trades that you're going to see in this video. And yeah, in this video I'll be breaking down to you the Funny Pips dashboard, of course, the proof, and then the technical analysis, and I'll walk you through my personal journal that I use for every single one of those trades you see, right? And I'm just being very transparent. I'm just sharing my journey, and yeah, you're going to be seeing this, and I'll catch you in the next part. All right, so this is the Funny Pips dashboard. You can see, one thing that's surprising to me is you can see that if I had just traded on Thursday and Friday alone, I would have passed the phase already. So I can clearly see that Monday and Tuesday has been kind of my off days, and Wednesday is kind of fighting a battle, and Thursday and Friday is more clear. Maybe because I've set my bias, and overall for the week it takes some time for the liquidity to build up, and maybe maybe that's something to just note. But yeah, that being said, you can see the trade that I've taken. We were up 4% at one point, and now we're up 1% after a deep drawdown. We are back at break even, a little bit above break even. And because of my my losing streak from last week, my ratio has come right down, right? Anyways, you can see my trading days has been all over the place. This Monday, Tuesday is a huge pain in the butt, right? And that is something that I need to really control on. So one thing that I have seen is, you can see the NZDUSD sell. So this is the exact trade that we are going to be discussing. But one more thing to note, I have bought one more account, right, on the Alpha Capital. Let me take you right there quickly. So this is the Alpha Capital account, right? And you can see it's the same exact trade that I have taken, right? But on my here, the EURAUD trade got activated, but on my funding pips, my EURAUD did not get activated. That is something to note. The funding pips is kind of like, the spread has been kind of awful these days, is what I felt, but I will talk about it later on in the video when I discuss it with my journal. So yeah, let's dive straight into the journal, right? So you can see that 17th March, we've taken two trades, right? Both are Tuesday market, NZDUSD and EURAUD. And let's get into it. So you can see my entry position, my SL, my TP, my lot size that I've taken, what is my planned RR, where have the position has been exited, right? Gross PNL, the fees I've been paying, and then equity after all the trade is done. Okay, so one thing to note, both the trades are in London session, right? Both the trades are in London session, and you can see the time frames I've used, right? One is 1 hour 15, the next is 15 minutes, 5 minutes. Now let's start off with let me see which trade this is. So let's start off with NZDUSD's trade, right? So I'll be walking you through my journal for a little bit, try to understand what's happening, and then if I show you the charts, you can see the exact mistakes or the things that I'm really talking about. So in that case, it would be very easy for you to analyze and see where I've been making mistakes or where I can improve, and sometimes might even help you to be like, shouldn't repeat the same mistakes again. But let's dive straight into it, right? First thing, entry is tapped, and then it went straight to SL. That's just sad, but I followed my plan. There was no hesitation or emotions involved because I followed my plan. But trend theory says sell. So I use trend theory. I usually see the monthly, the weekly, and the daily. And after seeing all those three, the trend says that we're on a sell. But you can also see that drawn out a fib for the entire swing on the 4 hours swing. I've taken a fib and taken a POI, then waited for price to tap that, but it was late at night and I was asleep. So anyways, after price gave me a 15-minute short, I am waiting for a retracement entry, but instead of an entry, since the price tapped the OB yesterday, meaning the day before, I took the entry position, or where I would normally enter, as a order block, like another order block, right? So that's where I had an issues, because I had two order blocks, one from the equilibrium region and one right above Asia highs, basically, right? So one is at 50% fib and the other is at 0.786 fib. And Asia highs and has Asia highs as inducement, which is a better entry. But one more thing to notice is that entry for sell was below midnight open. And if we follow that, then we wouldn't have taken this trade and the sell could have been avoided. That is something that I really need to do my research on. Let's go into the before picture. So we can see what did I cook up, right? All right, so this was my 1 hour order block. So price tapped, you can see the 15-minute change of character right here. All right, so this was yesterday and this is today coming, right? So this is your Asia session right here and this is my London session. And from London session, towards the end of London session, you can see price has come back into an entry. So this is the Fibonacci I've taken for the entire swing. And this is the equilibrium region. And I have seen that price has crossed the equilibrium region, given me a change of character on the 5 minutes, right? So that is where I entered and set the SL right above here and price has taken out my SL. All right, but so that was the plan. But let me show you the after picture. And you can see the after picture that price really kind of messed me up. So this is the 5 minutes, you can see a more clear picture. So price gave me a change of character right here on this candle. It was a wick, but it is a change of character, right? And this is when I entered it. You can see price came back a little bit, but not much to use. Anyways, that I haven't even cleaned up my charts, I mean, because I wanted to wrap this video up or do the trade analysis before I get back into it. But so something to say is this is the place that I was talking about, and this was the second place that I was talking about. Let's say that price didn't respect both, but price took out this swing, and then we can see price dump all the way down, right? So again, the analysis was right, price is eventually to come down, right? But the place to enter, meaning the execution, was wrong. And yeah, that is something that I am working on. You just gotta be more patient and focus on just the A+ setups, right? But anyways, we're talking about this particular setup, so I will talk about this particular setup. And yeah, so this was the analysis, right? So this was the analysis, and it's a pretty simple analysis. This was a Fibonacci place, right? And you can see price tapped and then gave me the choke right here, entered on the retracement, which is not that great because it has been fully mitigated, but whatever, and then put it down. SL midnight open would have been right here. That makes it that any sell trade that I have to take should be over midnight open and not under it, right? So that is something that I need to note, but it's a very simple mistake. I don't know exact there's not a better way that I can explain this trade, because it's just very simple. Follow my plan. So the 1 hour order block was somewhere around this region, right? So the 1 hour order block was somewhere around this region, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. And let's go through the next trade. The next trade was on EURAUD, if I'm not wrong, and the overall trend was downside, and even trend theory stated down. But the thing is that price has to retrace before going back down, and that was the plan. So the overall plan was to sell, but price had to go up in order to hit a sell order block to sell, to come back down. So what I focused on was to get the buy trade from the bottom to the top into a POI that I will sell from, and that it was the plan basically, right? So then the price shifted in trend in the 1 hour and 50 minutes. So now price was shifting my target to buy from the swing that made the choke and the BOS to the upside. So price can retrace back to the fib, and then we can plan sell from the equilibrium. So this was the trade, trying to capture the upside movement also, but the main setup was always to sell, and that trade also I took and later won this week. We'll see the before screenshot. All right, so you can see that this was the overall trend, right? So this was the 1 hour order block that I took, and this is another 15-minute order block that I could find. So my plan was, if price tapped this region, I'm going to use 15 minutes for a church. But if price came into the 15-minute order block, I'm going to use a 5-minute church, because that's how sure I was that this zone is going to be held. And you can see that price comes and straight goes up, right? So I knew this is the last zone price is going to sell, right? All the sellers are going to disappear from this exact region. I knew that, sure shot. So, but I just followed my plan again, right? So once again, this was the change of character place, right? This was the change of character place right here, and price shot up. Coming back down, I have to enter. I had to enter from here and put the TP somewhere here, but I was pretty lucky because I was off the charts and price already gave me a deep retracement, and I entered on this green. On like the moment price gave me a blue candle, meaning a bullish candle, I entered right on that, and I set my SL and my TP right below the swing. And you can see that price gave me a 1:2 instantly. It was like a sniper entry. The moment price tapped, it went into a 1:2, and then it just came back down onto me, right? It came back down onto me, but by then I already set my SL to cost to cost. So instead of taking a 1:2 RR, I took a break even, and I skipped, and then only to see the next day, boom, it's gone back all the way up. So ass, man, sometimes, like, to just see the price, what price is going to do, and it's just a matter of exactly executing it in the right place. And that's the same thing. I'm just going to show you the same freaking thing, but I'll show you in the big picture, because I'm going to explain that to you guys. So you can see that this was the entire swing, right? So this is the entire swing. I've drawn the Fibonacci. You can see the 0.56. So I wanted price to come back here into this region for me to sell, correct? So now, before the sell, we can see that price has given me a decent change of character and even a break of structure, right? You can see the BOS, the change. So price has shifted, but price has to eventually come to the 0.5 region, right? So that's what you can see. Price came all the way here, almost here, but it didn't. So now all this liquidity has been building up. For what exactly? For price to grab it. So now we have a fair value gap, a 1 hour fair value gap, and a 1 hour order block, right? So now this is a point of interest. So now price comes all the way down, taps into it, news hits, goes all the way back up, give me a change of character, drops perfectly, and then it's supposed to go back up, but it didn't. What did we see exactly? We saw the next day the same thing happened. Price took out both this, it formed an equal low. Price took out both of this, and boom, back into my POI, and the sell was captured though. So this sell trade was incredible, and we will talk about that in tomorrow's video, in the next trade breakdown video. But this sell trade was captured, and this buy trade just got unlucky. But anyways, it was just a break even. So sometimes you just got to take what you get and just move on. And this week I've had one loss, one break even, and one full TP. So basically I'm up 2R. That is something to note. So that's something nice always, right? So anyways, if you guys have any doubts, or like some ways that I can improve, or something that I missed out on the charts, or some trade that you have taken that kind of emulates the same thing, do drop it in the comment section below. Every single piece of information, every single piece of love, every single piece of hate that you guys throw on me kind of fuels me and fires me up. And also, provide the best content and education and everything else, whatever. It's just my experience, it's my personal trade ideas. So there's always something that could be wrong, or it could be improved upon, right? That's the only way that I see it. And that's the same way that you guys should see it too. All right, with that being said, cool. I'll catch you in the next one.